This is Chuck Rapp with Multiply, a podcast to provide a word of encouragement for village church planters and leaders. This year, I've begun a series on steward leadership. One author defines a steward as someone who manages resources belonging to another person in order to achieve the owner's objectives. Today, we continue our study of the parable of the faithful and wise steward found in Matthew 24, verses 45 to 51, and also in Luke chapter 12, verses 42 to 48. In summary, Jesus told this story to teach his disciples that our actions reveal what we truly believe. Those who obey God will be rewarded, whereas those who disobey him prove themselves to be unfaithful and hypocrites by their actions. It also teaches that Jesus' followers must live in constant readiness for his return. We concluded our last episode with the warning to avoid being what Matthew describes as a wicked steward. You may recall that in my initial podcast in this series, I shared 5 common themes from Jesus' parables on this topic. Here are the first 2 again. 1, character matters. And 2, stewards have an obligation to account for their stewardship. In this parable, we see the final consequence for the wicked servant. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him and an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Yes, our character matters, and we will be held accountable for our stewardship. Further, we must live in constant readiness for our master's return. Before closing, I want to add some thoughts that come from the final portion of the Luke 12 account. For everyone who has been much, much will be demanded, and from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. That's the last half of verse 48. On a personal note, that admonition has been a great motivator for me for many years, for I feel that much has been entrusted to me. You see, I was born into a Christian family. I'm at least the 4th generation Christ follower. I had access to excellent education and good health care. I've been blessed to be part of strong local churches and to enjoy a good career. One could say that I'm privileged. The Apostle Paul made a similar admission. You can read about that in Philippians chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Well, this topic was quite controversial in America just a few years ago, when some claimed that I should apologize for my privilege and renounce it. But instead, I embrace my privilege and endeavor to raise others up to a similar condition. You see, I've been entrusted with much. I desire to steward that well, to raise others up, and to meet the requirements of my master. I invite you to ponder this thought. In our next episode, we will continue our study of steward leadership. This has been a word of encouragement for village church planters and leaders.